Good afternoon and happy Friday. Very excited about today's live. We're going to be painting some fall florals, sort of like this, a little combination of these two with Iduma. So I'll walk you through how I paint these flowers, and then she'll put these flowers in a beautiful pumpkin. So this little base sketch I had posted on my stories. I see Iduma here, so let me grab her request. All right, we should have her.
We do.
Yay! Hi, Iduma.
Hi, Leah. How are you doing?
Suspense. I was holding my breath. I'm like, please work, please join. I can do you. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to paint with you today. I'm always excited.
Me too.
And I needed this.
You and me both. I've had such a busy week and I barely got a chance to paint like yesterday and looking forward to today.
Yes. Okay. So I kind of showed off these paintings. So I painted this one. Definitely going to try and recreate this in some way. And then you sent me the sketch with the pumpkin, and I tried to sort of paint it out like this, a little pre-planning. Not that I do that very often, but I tried to do a little something. So it's not going to look exactly like this, but
beautiful.
I'll walk you through my steps here. So thank you for the inspiration for this. And the colors here, these were my September Color Club KMS. It's just, I love these colors. So probably.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. I'm gonna try to imitate them the best I can.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a whole bunch of paints. I reorganized. I don't know if you can see this anymore, but I've got this nice little tin now. So I have most of the paints that I use all organized.
Nice.
That's easy to grab. So
here's my big mess.
Ooh, it's a beautiful mess, and it actually is clean. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I cleaned it for today just because I was going to have company over.
This is my messy palette, and I will continue to add more mess to it.
Nice.
All right. I actually did paint today because it was my watercolor club at work. So I mostly let the girls paint, but I painted this. So I just painted the fall leaves while they were chatting. I kind of walked around and did that. So I did paint today already. I'm all warmed up.
You have a watercolor club at
Water for Wellness. Yes, this is our second year. I run it, and yeah, it's a fun thing to do at lunch. We do it during our smart lunch. So, all right. I did lightly trace out some florals, and then I'll erase a little bit more just because when I paint, I don't go within the lines ever.
I didn't know if I should, so I figured, oh well, I guess I'll
wing it.
Yeah, it's what I want to do anyway, and if I have the best teacher to.
Funny, and I always wing it, and I did a little sketch just because I never get things centered if I just do it by eyeball, especially with the phone kind of in front of my face. But,
yeah.
Okay. So if I'm looking at this, I've got just two colors. I'm going to grab something warm and yellowish, and I start with those little filament strokes, those little lines in the center, and then I'll pull in my second color and then move around. So I'll show you that. So that's where I'm going to start this floral, and then I'll move around. So
what brush are you using?
This is my Princeton Neptune 8. I usually grab this once per painting session.
Okay.
Big florals, I usually do with this one.
Okay, I've got, well, hopefully this works. I've got my Princeton Velvet Touch long round. It's pretty big. Or I'll use my Escoda Perla round. We'll see.
I do have, look at this. We can match. I have this.
Oh, wow. Of course you do. Uh-oh, the popo. Can you hear it?
I can.
I said the popo.
I'm going to get some yellow. This is just called straw. And start with some little lines, little insides. That would be Xena trying to break down the door to come get me. Okay. All right. Let's see. This is actually a new color for me from Aloha Watercolors. This is Dark Potter's Pink. So I'm going to use that. And sort of wiggling my brush around to try and pick up some of that yellow so it blends.
Okay.
That's my first stroke here. Kind of going around. Then you can fix the top if it's not what you're looking for.
Oh, that lovely color. Oh gosh, I tried so hard to duplicate it. Let's see. What's it called again, that color?
Oh my gosh, it's got a beautiful Hawaiian name, and I'm not going to attempt it for you, but look at that.
Yeah, neither will I. It's so pretty.
Yeah, it is beautiful. It's written beautifully. I can't do it myself yet. I have to hear it. I can usually pick up language really easily. If I hear it, I can repeat it, and I tend to remember it, but I'm not doing any attempts on my own.
I heard that. What paper are you using?
This is Strathmore. It just happened to be one that was a big enough size that I could do this on. And I have been neglecting the comments, but I'll get to that once I get out of the flow of this flower. I'll come back to you. So a little, almost like a leaf action.
Okay.
Pressing down, releasing here. So light pressure, a heavy rounded pressure, and then light, and that's the petal that's scooping up. Yeah. And then a few hugging petals, I'll call them.
Yes, I love that. I'm not looking forward to sounding like an underwater hag.
I actually wanted to say something like, "You sound wonderful," and I just didn't even want to do it to you. You won't believe me.
No, I will not. I go back and listen to our video and it's like, who the hell is that?
Just going in with a little bit of water and giving it some smoothing over so it looks layered.
Okay.
Okay, now I'll take the moment to kind of scroll back. I know I saw Virginia in there is in an ink phase, but seeing this is inspiring her to go back to some watercolor.
Oh,
Love to
nice.
hear that. Hi, Usha. I see Cindy's here, lots of familiar names. Madeline. So the blue, this stunning blue, this is called Blue Pumpkin.
Okay.
Yes, it is a really pretty one.
It is. It's gorgeous. I don't have it, but I'm gonna try. Hi, ladies, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us.
Okay. So then maybe you do another little light layer with mostly water and kind of your outer petals bleed a little bit.
Yes, teacher.
So far I've used Mrs. Hand Painted for my yellow and then Aloha Watercolors. I'm going to do, I think, a combination of those and try and get that blue from KMS in there. So there we go. That's nice because then we can get a little bleeding action probably with our next flower.
Yes, which is what I love to see in your work.
And we'll do something like this. So something with a dark little center here and then like a 4 or 5 petal thing.
Okay.
So let's see, a little bit of brown. My center, I'm going to kind of do squiggly dots and leave a little white space in there so it's not one blob. That's the attempt, at least. Virginia, that turquoise color was KMS. That's blue pumpkin. I actually have another pretty color in here that I'm going to use. Okay. Pulling from that, just scribbling again. My flowers, mostly quick scribbly marks.
Oh, that color.
That's our back petal. Similar to this one where I have almost like that leaf shape, I'll do another like that. Mostly using the belly of the brush, elongating it that way. And then we have our two sides.
You have that that wrist action.
It is a lot of muscle memory, right?
Yeah. Let's just say mine is going to be abstract, okay?
But leaves, you know, leaves always make things come together, right?
Let's hope.
And if it doesn't, then we add some gold and ink and other things, right?
True, true, true.
Let's do a sort of fluffy looking rose over here. Okay. And then I'll pull in something orange now because it's not going to be touching the orange pumpkin. So I feel like I can do that now. So a little pumpkin color and maybe a little of that pink in there too. Okay. And then we've painted roses before.
Yes.
Of little scribbly curved lines. Of course, I've in a few seconds there I did a lot. Little C's all the way around, a little scribble. Yeah, they're pretty close, pretty thin, and then I'll start adding some water and dragging it out a little bit. More pressure in this round. A little bit more pressure because this brush can really make some big petals. So now it's almost all water.
Okay.
Same motion here, just elongated. And then I can throw in some more pigment and we can see some layers then.
That looks so soft. Yours. And you've got that angle right. That's one thing I want to work on is, you know, getting the angle. Yeah.
Okay. I have a bit of room between mine as well. So I know we wanted to stick another little flower in there, some little profile of something, sort of like maybe a dahlia or a chrysanthemum, something like that. So we both have room, we can do that. Virginia is complimenting our roses. Thank you.
Thank you, Virginia. You're too kind with mine.
So, okay. Mine was orange, but just, you know, pick a happy color. Right. Let's see, that's it.
I'm using that cardboard paper again, that 600 Arches.
That's why the bleeds and blends look so beautiful in your flowers so far. Okay, so for our many petaled flower.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty one. Oh, they're all pretty. What color is that?
It's a mix of dusty rose and a little of that initial pink we have from Aloha watercolors here. So just my favorites. This is almost sort of just leaves, that same motion here.
So pretty.
Virginia's impressed by your paper, 600.
Yeah, crazy. I got it, I think, by accident. It's like, what the hell? I thought this was the 140 pounds. Turns out it was like the 300 pound. Um, but yeah, it withstands, that's for sure.
And I like that you're using it for actual projects. I like that.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting this green. Again, this is just the Aloha watercolors that I'm kind of moving through. So I've got this pretty yummy green. I'm going to hopefully get a little bit of bleeds in here in our profile flower. And then I'm going to have other leaves here. So it's okay if my stem just disappears into nothing.
Okay.
I have a slightly different green that I mixed. And since my rose, I'm pretty sure is still wet there, there should be a pretty bleed there. Now I've tucked it underneath that leaf, or layered. I know we're going to probably want to do our cascading leaves. Well, what do you think? Before we do the pumpkin, have our cascading leaves and then paint around it for the pumpkin, or?
I think maybe we want to get the pumpkin done first.
Okay. Okay, good. Glad I asked. All right. So filling up a little bit of the empty space in between here. I'll leave this free and then we can do some of those wispy leaves and little buds and branches and all that. We can move on to that.
Okay.
All right. So picking a spot to start and having some movement, leaving some gaps here so that I can fill around with some quick little leaves. I want it to look quite jagged, and not all of them have to be perfect leaves. Just adding something to that, some texture. Maybe we'll have some little blueberries or something, little tiny flowers here.
Yeah, that sounds pretty.
Then some more leaves on this side.
I'm trying to get an A in this class.
So far you are.
Yay. At least for effort, that's for sure.
I actually did tests today, so I have to think about grading. Environmental, this is very different. Or maybe not. Look at all of these producers we've got.
Right.
And we're actually starting Big Bang and scale and size of the solar system next week. I'm very excited. That makes me very happy.
Wow, how exciting.
Right? Just like, oh, where you come from and how we got here, the story of Earth. just little things.
Yeah, just little things, right? Little bangs.
And then it's looking a little symmetrical here, so we'll do a couple over here.
Do your students really gravitate toward, like, when you do the cosmos?
I have past students have said that's the best unit. They really enjoyed it. So yeah, that's always a fun one.
It's just fascinating, isn't it?
Cool. Yeah. All right. I think what I'll have you do is you start leading me through how we're going to make our beautiful pumpkin, and then we can add a couple more details to the florals once we have this done, and we'll see what it looks like.
All right. So
I have pumpkin colors, but tell me what you're going to use.
I'm just gonna use, I think I have like a yellow orange. A yellow orange with a little bit of permanent yellow deep. And the mix kind of looks like this.
Okay.
Because I'm adding also some brown, but first I'm going to start with just I'm going to start with the lightest, the permanent yellow deep with very little orange, and I'm going to use a really wet, because you know my paper can. So you can either wet your whole pumpkin like the last pumpkin that we did, or you can just wet the little. And there you go again. I didn't do my pumpkin anatomy. The little creases, whatever these are. I'm going to study pumpkins next time. I got to remember. So that's
the pumpkin cheeks, or I was like, oh. No.
Oh, I love that. Pumpkin cheeks.
Okay.
That's great. I love that. Let's just use that from now on. So we're just going to wet those. And then run over the light yellow over the cheek line. Oh, that's my new favorite.
Everything I needed and more.
And what we'll do, I believe, even more watered down, is just kind of give some color to the top. We're going to be covering that up anyway. You're going to, with the foliage, the beautiful cascading leaves, just so it's not white when we come down with our stuff. All right, so, and then kind of water it out. And then I'll go over with, say, the darker, the yellow orange. I add a little bit of brown. I think I'm using Van Dyke brown to the permanent yellow deep. And the yellow orange, it's like a whole mix. And again, we run them over the cheek lines. And I'm going to add some water. We're going to need to use our little hand fan in a minute. Maybe not if we continue with some flowers. Okay, so then we just add some water, water it down so that you don't get those hard water lines. And then with like I think I'm gonna use that long round Princeton 4 that I have. I'm gonna add a little more, a little darker, so some of that Van Dyke brown, um, a little more intense, and then run it over. Maybe that's a little too intense. Hang on. Run it over like the bottom of the cheek lines. Hey, you started it.
Now you're gonna listen back, and that's what you're gonna hear.
How did you come up with that? Because I love it right now.
Spending my day with high schoolers. So
Hello, that's so true. So add a little more shading here at the bottom. And then I'm going to go back again. This is just like all a game of mixing and seeing what feels right. Just so you don't get hard lines. Once it dries, it looks, beautifully shaded. It gives your pumpkin a little dimension.
yeah, you are a master at blending your watercolors, whatever the subject is, your birds or your flowers or anything that you paint.
Thank
Something
you.
about how you blend the colors.
It takes a while to get to know what you like to do, right? To get to know what you innately just pick up on. Not what you want to do, but sometimes it tells you it just guides you. The water guides you. So without fussing too much with it, I think we'll leave it like this.
Mine needs a
And
little bit, but okay.
how's that looking? Ooh.
A little rough. Well, my paper's not your paper. It needs a little love.
No, it's getting it. It's getting it. And I went to, there's a store here in California. It's like a little Japanese store. It's called, it's like a level up from the Dollar Tree. It's called Daiso. I don't know if they have it where you are. And they have just knickknacks galore, you name it, the most creative, resourceful things. Anyway, I got this little fan, this little hand fan. It's so tiny. It's so tiny. I said, okay, it's perfect for my lives. Look at how small it is. So it's perfect for my lives, so I don't have the fan going or, look. How cute is this?
Okay, I'm liking it.
Yes.
Mine is going to probably need a little glaze of orange sometime in the future, but I like it.
Yes, I like it too. I love your cheek lines.
Oh my goodness.
I don't care what they're called now. This is what they're called. I mean, if anybody has a better suggestion, I dare you to come up with it.
Unbeatable.
Right? Did you know that pumpkins are fruits? I did not know that.
Seeds on the inside, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that?
I mean, hello, you're the scientist.
I've had the tomato debate. That's why I knew this one.
That's crazy. I thought they were, veggies.
Yeah. Pumpkin soups. I like them. That's a nice one. What other pumpkin things have you been eating so far, or have you yet to have?
Gosh, I've been a little naughty. Let me reach over. When I don't have time to eat and I'm rushing and I don't want to starve myself, I'll have like a protein drink.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually do like something like this. And they have a pumpkin spice.
I think I need this for at work. Yes.
And I'll tell you, I've had their chocolate, their strawberry, for premiere, and they're good. They're decent. I'll drink it. But this
nectar. Yes.
It's a win. I don't really usually promote things, but let me tell you, I love it. I put some in my coffee sometimes. Ooh. And yeah, it's a win.
Okay. Well, I'll be on the lookout. And then Virginia says butternut ravioli, which sounds very good.
Oh, wow, that sounds delicious. How's your paper
We're
doing?
getting there. We're getting there. I don't have a fancy fan.
You need
I'm
one.
just using my other painting.
Perfect. Oh, while we wait for a minute, I wanted to show you a more gothic-like pumpkin idea that I had. No, you know what? Let's keep it a secret. I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send it to you in private.
Oh my gosh, now I have to wait. Ugh, okay. I can be good. I'll be patient. I'm very excited to see it. And I already know I want to paint it. So.
You know, just more because this is autumn themed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking more gothic. Another for
I
the
need,
a future one.
Yes. Okay. I'm excited. All right. Let's fill out our top here. Let's do some more little berries, and we'll do a splash of blue and something like that. We'll do a little bit of.
Yes.
Virginia also is impatient and wants to see, but you're gonna have to wait.
You get the first peek.
I'm so excited. So very similar to the little filler leaves, we'll do those little baby branches, and then we'll fill in with some dots and dabs with our color. So that's how I did these. Or we could do, this almost looks like hydrangea, very close-knit little baby flowers next to each other. That might look good here. So your choice. What do you want to do?
Oh, no, honey. You.
Okay, let's start with one of these then. I'll start with the petals. We'll do little petals in groups of 4 or 3 close to each other and kind of make it a blob, central blob, and then connect with some green. And then we'll see what needs a pick-me-up for that color. So I'm going to put mine here. If I'm looking at yours, you also have a little corner that you can do it there.
Yes.
That would look good. Okay. So you have your little brush. Good. Okay. I have to see, when is my special blue? There it is. I found it. Since we were all excited by blue pumpkin,
I love that. Blue pumpkin.
Right? It perfectly named for this. Okay. So I'm going to have mine extend about here.
Okay, maybe I need a smaller brush. Let's see.
Little petals. They're very loose, right? Nothing fancy.
Okay.
Some little petals. So you kind of see your central point.
Thank you for the close-up.
I think I can paint closer. I can do this. I actually paint my nails with my hand in the air. Like, that's how I paint my
How?
in the air, like that. I don't know. So this is not that strange for me. Okay.
Wow.
Again, I've been painting my nails for over 10 years.
You've got practice.
Okay, so we want this to extend out. Just little groups of 3 or 4. I try and keep in mind where my little centers are, but it can move around. That's fine.
Okay.
You just want lots of clusters of petals.
Yeah, like mini hydrangeas.
I tried to, when I saw your sketch, interpret of what flower could that be? What flower will that be? So that's what I was doing. So again, this was all your idea.
Well, I knew that when I sketched it, I said, I have no idea. I know that when she sees it, I know that she will bring it to life.
So that's my little cluster. You have such cute little groupings of petals. I see them. They look good.
I'm trying.
Okay, I'm ready to grab hold of some green and start connecting. You're almost there. So just some little lines. It's not like they're all going to go to a central point or anything. You just want them not to look free floating anymore. So you're getting some green in between them.
Okay, let me stand up and look at yours really. Okay, so we've got, okay, let's try that.
Kind of just flicking my brush around to create some leaves as well on the outer edges.
You know, I love stepping out of my comfort zone when I'm guided.
It's fun. It's fun to try new things.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I don't want to limit myself to just, you know, birds or perfume bottles or pumpkins at this point.
Oh,
Let's add some flour.
so funny. The room portraits, the list could go on. I remember when you did shoes.
Yeah. I tried shoes.
Yeah.
That's what I've just wanted to try, you know, different things.
The adventure.
I want to try dinosaurs one day.
Okay, I want to paint a floral dinosaur, so I think we're gonna have to do a little work together on that.
Okay, that'd be great.
We'll have to learn some names though, I think, because I'm thinking, you know, the one with the spike on its tail. That's
Oh, Triceratops. Oh, no, not on its
the
tail.
big spikes.
Yeah. No, don't
Yeah,
know the name.
that one. I'm sure I knew it when I was a kid. I loved dinosaurs so much. But I was thinking that could be a cute little flower. Maybe he has little flowers around his edges of his plates or something like that. Stegosaurus is my favorite.
I
Still,
love that idea.
but yeah. Okay, good. We're doing that too. Add it to the list.
Yes, added.
Maybe that's like a New Year thing. We'll do it like a January.
Yeah.
Very new to us. So we have to fill up our months.
Gives us time to prepare.
Excellent. Okay. So we've got that little cluster. Where else would I like to see blue?
The Bush 51 says her granddaughter is 5 and she can name them all, and I don't doubt it.
Yes. I could see a couple little bits of blue, sort of like this one.
Okay.
I don't want to just have blue on two sides opposite each other. I want to have, you know, trios, something for our eye to bop around on. So similar to this one, little green shoots,
Okay.
starting with that, and then little dots of our blue.
Remind me, I think I've already asked you, did you take art classes?
No.
No? Because you know a lot of the fundamentals.
No, I watched a lot of YouTube. That's how I started. Lots and lots of other artists. And then I told you my mom's the artist.
Yes.
We do have a lot of her paintings around. So I see what works, what I think looks beautiful. I have to post more of her work. I think I have to do that once in a while. Just, you know, like on her birthday and shout her out. Something like that. I want her art on my feed. I did that one year.
We'd love to see it.
I tried to recreate one of her oil paintings in watercolors, and I had a lot of fun with that.
Oh, how fun.
I have to send you a picture of one of the birds that she painted, since you're a lover of birds.
Yeah.
It's many feet tall. I have no idea. I gotta send it to you. I think you'd like it. Very dramatic.
I'd love to see it.
Okay.
So are those just little dots you're doing?
Little dots, and then I'm going in with some water and dabbing it on to It's not exactly the same thing, but I'm going with the flow right now. So
Yeah.
that's what I did. Was going to go here. Wasn't even thinking.
Love it. That's the best. Look at that.
And then if you want to add more blue, you can saturate some areas. And maybe the base where it's next to the little stem. A little bit darker down there. Yeah, something like that. Just something airy and light. It's not taking up a lot of space, but then we get to see that color continue.
Yes. That cohesion.
Yeah. And since that's pretty tight around here, maybe loosen it up a little bit. I don't want another thing that's super tight. I don't want too much symmetry here.
Okay.
Maybe something similar to that.
Did you watch the Barbie movie?
No, but I want to see Oppenheimer.
Yeah, of course. No, I didn't either. It was so popular. You know, everybody was talking about it.
Not for me. I owned a lot of Barbies growing up. I probably 100. Yes,
Really? Wow.
yes, yes. That was a popular toy.
It was. I loved Barbie so
But
much.
I
I
was
wanted to be like her.
so I feel like that was part of the time.
Yeah, I didn't have 100. I had a few though, and I used to make their clothes. I used to roll up a towel in the shape of a bed, and that was her
Oh,
bed.
very resourceful. Look at that. Okay, I'm just filling in with some little leaves now. Some of those white spaces that need a little bit of love.
Okay.
Okay, so I think we're about ready to do our cascading leaves. Cindy says she collects them now.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so looking at my leaves, we can do something like that. I think you sketched out some pretty locations that I've now painted over, but they were there. Dark green. Virginia says that they used straight pins with the colored ends as earrings.
Oh, look at that.
Hi, Frankie. She says, looking beautiful, ladies.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so I've got my dark green ready, and I'm going to pick a little place between some petals and then start making some petals, some leaves.
Okay.
Oof. See, I'm
Getting my dark green ready. Gosh, the top of my pumpkin really needs some love.
you can
See how
always
yours hangs down.
I'm looking at you. You can always add more leaves where you have space between your leaves. You can add little bits here and there, little berries on your branches of your leaves,
Okay.
right? You can do that. We'll find solutions.
Yes, thank
It's not that it's a problem. It's just it's not done. do some in between here. Trying very hard not to put my hand in wet paint.
Oh gosh, it happens all the time. Always having to clean up.
Okay. Wherever you want to have your leaves. That's just based on your pumpkin and your arrangement. Whatever looks best. Okay. Yeah, I think you have two ways to fill out your gaps. So just adding some more leaves, maybe even a slightly different green that you can add.
Okay.
Or little white gray berries, I think would look really cute interspersed within your little branches. I think that would look cute.
Okay.
You could do that.
My homework.
Yeah, I think yours looks pretty.
Oh, goodness.
What else could we do? So little gold details, you know how I like golds. You could do that too.
Okay.
Center, right? Little dots of gold in here. That'll work. Even along the petal edges, you could do that.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
If we're going golds, you could do gold within your leaves, right? Instead of adding more green or a different green, you can add some gold leaves to those branches. I think that would look pretty too.
Okay.
Yeah. And then add a little dot of gold in little centers of your sort of hydrangea flowers. Those are little things that I would add if I had that. Yeah.
Definitely. I'm going, when I post this, it's gonna be hopefully a little more lush.
Yeah, and I need a little extra color in my pumpkin. It's looking a little washed out, but I'm going to do your same technique. Go the whole thing over again and just a little bit more depth of color. But I am very happy with my first floral pumpkin of the season.
Me too. Wow.
I always have excellent
Ew.
ideas, and I always have so much fun painting with you. And I'm so excited now that I know how to post this to YouTube so I can get even more eyeballs to your paintings.
Oh, I love that so much. I love painting with you. I think we just click, and I'm so glad.
Yeah, Virginia says she can't wait to see the post. I can't either. I'm very excited. I can't wait to see all your pumpkins. So thank you again for joining me. Happy Friday. Look forward to seeing that sneak peek of the Gothic
I'll
pumpkin.
send it to you right after. Thank you so much for having me again.
Yes, thank you. Enjoy the weekend, everyone.
Okay, thank you. Bye, everyone.